And we are live. Is Twitch going to choke on this 5 megabit upload? Okay, it was alright last night. It was okay last night when I was broadcasting Blackness for 2¼ hours when I accidentally hit stream. While I was testing a machine here, and I was lazily using Open Broadcaster because it's already rigged up with the S-Video capture dongle, and I must have hit stream about 7:15, and all just black video, black nothingness and silence, apart from a couple of flashes of imagery when I turn these machines on. But yeah, sorry about that. Easily done, but learned a lesson there. So that being said, I'm going to undo some work that I did yesterday or the day before, whenever it was I was last working on this machine, this 800XL with Rapidus in it, because I noticed something which I will show you, which I missed because I'm an idiot. Well, not necessarily because I'm an idiot, but because it wasn't mentioned in the documentation, which I did read after the fact. But the Adaptus, get you a look at this. There you are, nice close-up of Adaptus. Can you see what's at the top left? Does that look familiar? 4 signals for your Ultimate 1 megabyte board are right on the adapter. So there was no need for me in this case to run those 4 wires to vias behind the Antic chip. And if we're going to take these signals from the, the point of least resistance, if you like, it would make more sense to put them on, take them from here, because this is where the CPU is actually going to be. So I have made a cable already, cheekily made one off camera, which is just a 4-way ribbon cable with DuPont connectors at either end of it, because I didn't really want to undo everything I'd done before I actually tried this, just to see if it was going to work. So the iron should be warmed up, so the first thing I'm going to do is solder a little header on this Adaptus board, because we are not going to solder things directly to the board. And I'm going to move this crap from the table here so that I've got somewhere to put things. There's too many machines in here. Let's put you over there. And put this down here. That's better. Okay, let's solder ourselves a little header on here, using the last scrap of old solder before I start the new spool. Solder one pin until such times it's straight. That's fine. Good. We'll try and get this camera close at the desk. Well, I'm in 2 minds about that because it's constantly focusing and auto-focusing all the time, but never mind. Gotta get some new tips as well. These tips are really ropey. Maplin sells some. Is it Maplin? No, I'm not Maplin. I saw some nice looking tips for this iron on, I think it was on eBay. Better than this crap. Right. So we have a header. Get our motherboard back. So this is the Adaptus, let's be clear, is the board in which the CPU is going to sit, which is also to say the Rapidus itself is going to sit here. So let's remove the Ultimate 1 megabyte operating system ROM header. Let's put the Adaptus in the operating system ROM socket. Let's put the Ultimate 1 megabyte ribbon cable into the pass-through socket. There we go. Right. So at this point it should still work. Okay. So let's see if it still works. Because we haven't moved the CPU yet. We've just this should still work. Let's give it a try. How's Twitch doing with the higher bit rate? Yeah, it's fine. That's good. I watched a few of these videos back. Well, I mean, I didn't sit and watch them all back. I'm not like really, sad where I just sit and watch my own videos. But I had a quick look, and quite pixelated in places, and it shouldn't be like that. And I was only streaming it at, I think it was 2.5, 2.5 or 3.5, so it's up to 5 now. So hopefully it'll look a little bit better. And it's already switched on. That's good. So switch it on. There. And it still works. Excellent. And I figured out why this S-Video dongle only works occasionally is because the cheap patch extension, USB extension cable that it came with broke after a week. So that's been thrown away and replaced by something a little bit more substantial. So let's go a little bit further with this. Let's move the CPU. Change the scene, move the CPU from the CPU socket to the Adaptus board. Just going to take this step by step because as soon as something no longer works, we've got a problem. So this board here, this is the Adaptus 6502 side. And this board plugs into the CPU socket, like so, hopefully clearing the keyboard, which it will. I elected not to shorten this ribbon cable, although it is about a couple of inches too long, because I don't have these connectors. These are 16-way connectors. I could probably get this, I know for a fact I could get this IDC connector off the cable and back on again, but I can't save the strain relief clip because that would be broken when I remove the connector, and I don't have any of the appropriate size, so we're just going to fold it back on itself, which is a bit crap, but nevertheless these things are sent to try us. That's on the right way. I'm going to reroute this. See, all this extra cable is just completely unnecessary. I don't know what XL computer. I don't know what XL computer would require a cable this long to get from here to here. You've got the 600XL, the 800XL, and the 1200XL. The Adaptus can quite happily sit in the CPU socket. In fact, it's the only place it can sit. Certainly can't sit in the operating system ROM socket. So, at this point, let's power it up again, see if it still works. Why am I don't know why I'm keep unplugging and unplugging this stuff. That's unnecessary. Power on. and we still work, but we had I'm assuming that's the capture card syncing to the video. Okay, and the final step is we're going to remove the header, the 4-way header that we put on in the previous video, and I'm going to replace it with the new cable that I've just made, and ensuring that it's on the correct way. So so put the arrow on the clock signal, and we'll put the so is that the same there? No, totally the opposite way around. So this is, yeah, it goes this way. Oops, get on there. Right, very nice. I'd hope that would I made that a bit longer. Never mind. It's still a little bit neater than all these sprawling wires. So let's turn it on again and hope that it works. And it still works. Excellent. So we can go ahead and get rid of all this, which we'll do now. So we are tantalizingly close. God. To having the Rapidus in the machine. And closer yet, because this aggressively unpleasant little header for the 3-way header for the Rapidus. It's a nasty little thing to try and crimp together, because the pins, you get 5 pins in the bag, 2 spare, which was useful because I immediately dropped one and lost it, and then found it in my shoe later on. The pins are all supplied separately, so it's very difficult to assemble it, but that goes in here, like so. And I'll go through the pinout, the pinout and the hookup points very shortly. But we'll take all this crap off first. I spent so long soldering these little wires in, but it was still worth doing on the video, because if you happen not to have Adaptus in the machine, you would still have to wire them up in the way that I described. So it was not a complete waste of time. Where does this one go? Is that there? Where did I wire this? Oh yeah. You would be in an awkward position. I'll take this off. Here we go. Get rid of you. Bye bye. Alright. That looks, I've got to admit, that looks a lot neater. So that's good. That was forward thinking, and wow, there's even, I just noticed this as well, we've got a choice of positions where we can hook this thing up to, because look, the signals are here as well. So if it's more convenient to hook the thing up over here, which it might well be, oh, that's brilliant. That's really good. Excellent. So that's a really forward thinking bit of design. I like that. So I think the next thing we'll do, what will we put the VBXE in, or will we put the Rapidus in? Let me think. We're this close to We're this close to getting the Rapidus in the machine, we might as well put it in. Alright. So let's have a look at the document. It tells us how to install the thing. Right. Dear Rapidus user, congratulations on your purchase of a Rapidus. Right, here we go. CPU is not so good, etc, 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 etc. And I sold 3 wires, ground, Freddy chip pin 20, external select Freddy pin 3. We don't have Freddy here, so CGS. Ugh. It's as clear as mud. Freddy external select mod. My mind's gone a complete blank here. External select. Where the hell is that? Aha! I know where I can find that. The VBXE manual. This should tell us. XLF computer delay line, blah blah blah. External select. U18 74 LS08 pin 9. Thank you. Right, so which wire do we want where? External select is the middle wire, so the middle wire needs to go to 74 LS08 pin 9. Okay. There we go. Here's evidence that this header was not designed to have a connector plugged into it, but it was designed to have wires soldered directly to it. The Rapidus doesn't fit because it blocks on this thing here. Not to worry. So we'll plug it into the CPU adapter instead and make ourselves a little header. This is what you get for insisting on using connectors with everything. Now that is also going to hit the keyboard, so we will use a right angle connector. Could have used a right angle connector on there as well, couldn't I? Oh, that was stupid. That was stupid of me. Yes, I should have used a right angle connector, shouldn't I? Oh well, let's take this one off and replace it. Let's put a right angle connector on here. prise this thing off the board. There we go, no problem at all. Pull the pins out. Really hope that this board doesn't fall apart. Oh, that's good. Come on, last one. Come on. Excellent. Why you broke it? Why did I take the header off? Because it doesn't fit. It blocks against the side of the repeaters here. When I plug this, I'll show you. So I had soldered a header here, but the repeaters, when it's plugged into the adapter, hits the header. So I'm taking it off. I'm going to put a right angle header on instead, lower profile. So we do that now, hopefully without destroying anything. And this crappy pump. No way that's going to come. Yeah, so that was my mistake. I should have anticipated this, because it's probably expected that you just solder wires directly to this thing, but I'm not a big fan of that. I like things to be easy to take apart. Okay, let's try again. So this thing should slide right in here. Of course it won't, it'll snag on something, inevitably. Yep, of course. Ah! Fix the sound of your stream, only left sound channel working. Now why is this? Because I've got mixed down to mono. And supposedly that worked. Oh, damn. Wrong sound source. How does that sound? Has that cured it? Because the other thing I'm interested in is the audio sync. I had a 300 millisecond delay on the audio previously before I started to mess around with the audio, and that's gone now, and it's kind of seemed to be still in sync. Do you think it's still in sync? Is the audio in sync? It's not a big deal, but I'd like to get it right if possible. Okay, and I'm in sync, and I'm okay. Is okay? Alright. I'll put the delay in and see if it makes any difference. Okay, this is with a 300 millisecond delay on the audio, which is what I was using more or less from the word go. 1, 2, 3, testing, 1, 2, 3. So does that any better? Is that worse? Anyway, you can let me know. So let's clear the solder from this final little hole. Where's my blue tack? Where did I put my blue tack? Where did I put my blue tack? There it is. I don't know where I'd be without this. Right. For me, same sound and video is okay. Excellent, excellent. Thank you very much. Right. So with all that fixed, there we are. Now is this still gonna? So this shouldn't snag on anything, surely. Need a bigger disc. That's just gonna. Yeah, it's gonna be okay. That's gonna be fine. Okay, solder that on. You hope that you finish today. Yeah, that was the plan. But we'll see. We will see. It's because I've never ever fitted adapters before in a machine, so I'm bound to make a few little missteps along the way, like this one. Right then, so that plugs in here, and this plugs in here, and that plugs in here, and this plugs in here, and this plugs in here. Right, now this should allow us to fit Rapidus, which it does. I kind of hope to get the Rapidus and the VBXE in tonight. Stereo Pokey, that can wait. The Rapidus is the most exciting thing because I just want to see if it works with all this lengthy cabling. Right. Whoa. Right now, nothing's going to work right now until we get the. I don't know, what did I say? Pin 9 of 74 LSO8. Where the hell is that on this machine? It's up here somewhere, isn't it? Under all this mess. 74 LSO8, 74 LSO8. Oh yes, down here. Right down here. So pin 9. I have got. I will definitely test the thing on the video when it's done. I've got an XF551. All my 1050s are dead, unfortunately. So I've only got one drive capable of reading 5 1/4 inch discs. I've got this as well. Ooh. Ooh. I've got this as well, but this doesn't work. This was given to me by Martin Brennan. Thanks again, Martin, for this. There was 3 drives, 3 drive mechanisms. I got one of them working, and I was allowed to keep that one. This still doesn't work, but I managed to fix 1 out of 2 for Martin. So it's an interesting ornament at the moment. So let's just double check. External select 74 LSO8 pin 9. Yes. I suppose Yeah, it's not bad. It's one of the nice things about fixing stuff and writing software is that you tend to acquire stuff from time to time. Either people want to pay you in parts or what have you, which isn't always a bad thing. Okay, the kind of payment in parts I don't like is what I used to get with friends and family kind of thing. Is someone would say, "Oh, I need a laptop fixed. You know, it's got a virus or whatever the usual complaint is, and I've got a load of computer parts you can have." And years ago, I would think, "Oh, computer parts. That sounds good. Computer parts. I like computer parts, hard drives and motherboards and." I think I got it from Poland. You got your Atari from Poland? Or your disk drive from Poland? Right, let's see if we can find a nice little via for external select. So, pin 9. Where does this go? Where do you go? You go over here. You go here. Is that you? There you are. External select. Looks like it's right there. So let's put our wire right down here. On the assumption that that is in fact external select. Nice short wire. You've got to remember that the keyboard's going to run around here as well, so I'm going to cut that about there. 1989, yeah. Good days. Yeah, they were. They were very exciting times. That's exactly the same year that I got my XF551, which is still running now. Still works. Although I may have taken the original mechanism out and put a 3.5-inch drive in it. But I've got two anyway, and I kept one stock. Hi, Atari fan. But yeah, happy days. Good God. Got my Atari 65XE in 1980. Which way am I trying to twist this? 1987 or something. A cassette deck. Remember typing this thing in. It was pretty good. It was like a cataloging system for the tape drive. So like a disk directory for the cassette, if that makes any sense. I can't remember how it worked, but it was pretty good. I never had a ZX Spectrum. I never had any other kind of machines at all. Just Atari. I didn't use an Amiga until sometime in the 90s when someone gave me an Amiga 600, which I unfortunately got rid of, which I wish I still had it actually, because it was a nice little machine. but it was just Atari, and I didn't get a disk drive until 1989, and that's never going to go through there. I remember seeing a Amstrad CPC in about 1992 or sometime, 3. I thought that was a pretty cool machine. But yeah, I was pretty faithful to Atari all these years, and then kept going with it until about 2000, thereabouts, and then it just became, where the hell is that? Oh yeah, down here. Got myself a 286 PC or something. I was always a good 5 or 6 years behind the curve. In Atari I never see cartridges, I use only floppy. The first cartridge I bought was the Sparta-DOS X cartridge, and at the time was the only cartridge I had. With Happy Speed. That's what killed one of my 1050s, trying to do a Happy mod on it. Stone dead. Right, what's the other connection? So I keep forgetting the shortcut for the desktop. I've got to get the dual monitors here. Okay, so ground is on the left here, and MPD MMU pin 14. Right, so I'm going to find out where MPD is. Ground I'll just pick from somewhere else. This is ground. Change the scene. Happy drives with 810 and 1050. There's a happy. Is a happy 810 here? I've just, right at the moment, I've just had a ridiculous amount of really cool stuff coming to the house. Ugh. This drive, I just restored it, and that's got a happy board in it, but it's got a problem with the track 0 sensor, so it was sitting in the cupboard for years. I thought the owner had forgotten about it, but he hadn't. So he asked me if I could clean it up again, and so that's going back shortly. I sometimes use Atari emulator on PC, but it's much better on real Atari. Yeah, it's more authentic, obviously. Emulation is now so incredibly faithful. But it's, I mean, you're quite right. Hi, 123 Sen, how are you? But yeah, nothing feels quite like real hardware, of course. Right, where am I? MMU pin 14. Okay. Should be easy to find a little via there. There's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There you are. That's still going to be visible? Yes. Double check. It's not that one, it's that one. So it's the middle one. now clone a disk. This was only working on this drive and copied stuff better than the 1050. Oh yeah, on the happy drives. I never had that stuff. I was really disappointed when the happy mod killed the 1050. I was really looking forward to using that, but I've just got a pile of dead 1050s that don't seem to like me for some reason, and I don't particularly enjoy trying to diagnose faults on disk drives because I couldn't really. It's so bad I couldn't really establish whether it was the mechanism or the logic board, because no matter how many logic boards I swap with mechanisms and vice versa, everything is dead. Everything's dead. So that's going to be a task for some other time. I have an Indus GT. They're nice, yeah. They're a bit like the they look a bit like the Rana, but they look a bit nicer. I haven't got an Indus, and I've forgotten which pin. Oh yeah, it's that one. MPD's this one, isn't it? Right, yeah. Cut that here, so we're rewiring this to MPD. The happy 1050 worked for about 5 minutes, and I started to format a disk, and it died. So I don't know what I did wrong. So I swapped the mechanism, I put the happy ROMs on another logic board, and no signs of life whatsoever. None whatsoever. Right, so this is the MPD wire. I think I can put this on without blue tack. No blue tack required. And watch the wire fall out. Right, there you are. Several pairs of hands for this. There you go. Right, that's it. One wire there. So we just need ground now. And when we have ground, we should get a boot. And then we're going to pick ground up from. Now it just gets ridiculous sort of OCD thing of just picking the best possible place to take ground from. Where's ground on the MMU? Yes, where's ground on the MMU? Or ground on the cartridge port, or ground, I mean, anywhere at all. That ground, or was that must be just being lazy. Just get a pin out. Just get a pin out. What am I doing? Right, Atari 800 XL MMU pin out. Seriously. There we go. Pin out. Ground. Pin, I was right, it is ground. So that trace is ground, so we'll take ground from there. Now this ground wire, this here ground wire, here, I'll probably consult with the owner. You can wire this ground wire to a pin, one of the I/O pins on the Ultimate 1 megabyte, and you can enable and disable the whole Rapidus core via this signal. Maybe I should just wire it to there. Anyway, I probably will. I'm pretty sure the owner's going to want the BIOS with the plug-in where you can turn the Rapidus on and off. I had both the old 810 Atari floppy Happy and two 1050 with Happy, but the 1050 Happy was a clone from Germany named Errata. That rings a bell. Yeah, that rings a bell. Damn, I need to crimp. The whole schedule is just falling apart because of crimping. I don't want to crimp. I don't want to crimp. Crimp. When you get to see my crazy crimp stuff. It's just ridiculous. I'll get screamed at for using solder on a crimp connector. But is this even going to work with the old BIOS? You know, I'm not so sure it will. I'm just going to solder this straight onto the shield for now, just until we get things working. I will eventually wire this up to the Ultimate 1 megabyte so that it can be controlled from software using my plugin. Right, so plug everything back in again and see what happens. Let's put this back on now. Leave that off. Right, okay. Here we go again. Am I going to need a keyboard for this? I bet the... Oh, yes, I'm going to need a keyboard, I think. Okay. Now let's power on. See what happens. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. maybe the adapter. Yes. Seawolf 2. You know, I was never really big into games, which seems a strange thing to say for an Atari owner, but I really am a complete dumb. Machine doesn't boot. Might be a good idea to plug this in first. Let's see if this makes any difference. Right. Let's try again. Power on. We've got a flash. And nothing. So let's remove Rapidus and see if the machine boots. It may be that the change camera views. It may be that the side hardware on the Ultimate 1 MB is enabled, and it's on the same device ID as the Rapidus, so that might explain why we got a flashing light for sure. That might explain why it doesn't boot, but right, let's try again without Rapidus. Power on. Right, that's interesting. Have I got a... I've got a... damn it. Picture-in-picture camera, picture-in-picture. Wrong one. I'm going to make a new scene, which is... pip bench Atari, not S video. Okay, and I'll add to that video capture device B910, which is the desk, and we'll add to that video capture device, which is the easy cap, and we'll add that down here. There we are. Right, that's better. This saves a lot of messing around. So switch on. Nothing. I got this on the right way around? Probably not. Yeah, sure I have. And it's an NCR CPU as well. They always work. Oh. Yeah, I know what I've done wrong. Oh, what an idiot. What an idiot! Plug the MMU in. How's about that? And there I am, all about to blame system instability, and yeah, there's only one thing unstable in at this desk. Okay, let's try again. Bad contact, yeah, bad contact. Header not plugged in. The contact cannot get any worse than that. Ugh. Right, let's try again. I like this picture-in-picture thing. This is good. Right, ready? Ready. Ah! It works, but I didn't have this plugged in. Damn it. I'll plug this in. And we'll try again. Got a flash, and we get a picture. That's good. Let's go and get a keyboard for this computer. Right. Okay. So I can hardly see this. I should do a reverse one, shouldn't I, where the screen's big and the... Oh, yeah, I should. I'll make another scene. So, pip S video bench. Right. That's just not descriptive. I'll change this later on. Right. S video bench. So the first source here will be the easy cap. Okay, and there, and we'll put that in the nice and big, and in the middle. I'll put that there, and then in the corner. Well, why move that along there? That's stupid. And in the corner, we will put the desk camera, and we'll make that smaller. Ah, yes. Yes, excellent. Right. So, side hardware is off. Now, Now the problem here is, why doesn't the Rapidus core boot? It should boot. And I can't even remember what the hotkey is to get into the damn BIOS. What is it? Reset. Boot the type PBI ID. Let's change this. 7. It should make no difference. Oh, Jesus. Stock XL. And we'll have some more RAM. Configuration saved. I haven't used this firmware for a long time. Can you tell? Oh, wow. This is triggering me. This has been on the left. Sorry. I'm going to have to put it there. Awesome. Now, what is the hotkey? What's the hotkey for Rapidus? Can anybody remember? I can't remember what it is. How the hell do you get into the BIOS? I can't remember. Is it the reverse video key and reset? Is this self-test mode? I don't think so. No, this is why is it black and white? It's black and white. I haven't hooked the chroma up to the monitor port on this machine yet. This machine was really stock. The only thing that's already been done on this machine before I got my hands on it is the 5 volts on the PBI. So we'll address that all in due course. Reverse video reset. No? Yes, there we are. Okay, excellent. So, preference Rapidus, primary CPU. So we are already running at 20 megahertz, and it works. And I haven't even put that cap resistor mod on external select. Maybe it's not necessary. We'll find out. I don't think we can get VBXE installed tonight, are we? I don't think we are. Right, I want to test this. We use the old loader with a side cartridge. Try and find out if this thing actually works properly. But I'm seriously impressed the thing even works at all. With all this ribbon cable. Really impressed. And we've got VBXE to go in yet, but I'm reasonably confident that this is going to work. This is an NCR CPU, by the way. Now, when I was fighting with Rapidus last year, trying to get it to work in a couple of machines, NCR CPUs are really good. I don't know why, but I had more luck with them than with anything else. So this machine, it's blessed somehow. That's good progress. I feel like just ending the video now before anything goes wrong. Why did I get out of the chair? Oh yeah, to get this. To get this. Right. Oh god. I'm going to turn the soldering iron off because I don't want to melt this computer if I can avoid it. Okay. Turn it off, you fool. I want to plug this cartridge in because let's see if I can get this plug in here. Right. So we start it up. Okay, and we'll go to the loader. How? Is it dead? Are you dead? Try with help. Then we go into the BIOS and we enable side hardware. Yeah. With button. Yes. Save. And we will cold boot the machine. And we've booted into the 65816 operating system, and Spartados has started up. And have we got a hard drive? No, we haven't. Why? Very close. Is the loader on this disk? Yes, but no partition found. Okay, let's try a different card. Because seriously, if this stuff doesn't work now, it's not going to work at all. So I'll take this card out, put this card in. Go back to the BIOS, go back to the loader again. Back to the BIOS, back to the loader again. Maybe this machine does need the external select modification. Maybe it does. But I'm quietly optimistic. Oh, well, I don't know, what am I saying? Quietly optimistic. Still, everything can go wrong. I mean, it kind of works, but it has to work with everything. So, yeah. So in this little bag here, what have we got in the way of extra parts? We've got a little bag here, and we've got a capacitor, and we've got a resistor. And I think it's a 68 ohm resistor, something. It's described on the page here. Come out. This is a really nice keyboard, by the way. Very nice keyboard. So we'll have a look on Atharic's website. And what is the... Let me just figure out what the hotkey is for desktop view. Shift Control D. Nah, that's not going to work because it's a shortcut for the browser. Microscope. Put that on the 4. Pip bench video. Switch to scene. Control Shift 7. Switch to scene. Control Shift 8. Right. Try that. So desktop should be on Control Shift and 3, which it is. Right. Excellent. Atharic. Do 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 do. Rapidus. Ah, right, here we go. This is what I meant to save this on the desktop earlier on, but I forgot. Rapifix. Right, so what's this telling us? Right, this is a 3 Kelvin resistor. Oh god, where's the 3 Kelvin resistor? Still select. Where's the 3 Kelvin resistor? This is a pull-up resistor on external select. Where the hell is it? Where's the pull-up resistor on external select? Where is the pull-up resistor on external select? Right, so let's over to here. Oh, I'm going to have to get a schematic for this. I'm going to get a schematic for this and figure out where to put this little modification on a non-Freddy machine. Well, my schematics are on the other machine. So how long have we been running now? 1 hour and 10. Well, we got a working Rapidus. We've got a working Rapidus, an Adaptus and a Rapidus, and it works, but when we plugged in the side cartridge, it started to behave a bit strangely. So there's a few reasons why that could be. It could be that this machine needs a new 74 LS08, because it's possible that 74 LS08 is creating a timing issue with the side cartridge, or the choice of compact flash card, and simply swapping out that chip might rectify the problem without having to put the cap and the resistor on external select to keep Rapidus happy. Alternatively, we could do the modifications suggested on Atari's website. Alternatively, we could do both modifications, but this is basically more or less what I expected, in as much as it'll be necessary to fiddle about and tweak things a little bit just to get things working right, which is okay, because there's a lot of stuff in this machine, and it's kind of to be expected. So with that in mind, I will, before the next video, go away and grab some schematics for this machine, and just to remind myself of where the pull-up is on external select, and I will add a socket on 74 LS08 so we can swap that chip in and out and see if it makes any kind of difference. And once we get all that working, we will go ahead and fit the VBXE and the dual Pokey board, and probably find that adding those two boards to the system upsets the stability yet again, but that's all part of the adventure. Yeah, it's going to be fun. You see, I knew this could be a 6 or 7 part series, getting this machine just right, but yeah, well, but I don't feel like digging around. Well done, best regards from Germany. Shocking Shocko. Shocking Shocko. Well, thank you. Yeah. Well, it was this seems like a natural break. This seems like a natural place to stop, when I should have stopped the video about 10 minutes earlier, before I realized there was a problem. But you know, you live and learn. But so in the next video we will have schematics open, and we will socket 74 LS08, and sorry if you feel it's dragging on too long, but I knew this wasn't going to be a quick job. It's the assembly of everything is going quite smoothly, but yeah, it's just gonna require a little bit of fiddling and finessing. So with that in mind, I hope you enjoyed watching, and thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.